The version of you that keeps making excuses has to die quietly, or it will keep stealing your future loudly. Listen carefully. People are not scared of your dreams. They are scared of the day you stop talking and start repeating the same disciplined action every single day. Because once you become consistent, you become dangerous. Not dangerous to people who love you, but dangerous to every lazy habit, every weak excuse, every fake friend, every distraction, and every old version of yourself that survived because you kept forgiving your own weakness. Today, you do not need motivation. You need a rule inside your soul that says, I move whether I feel ready or not. Is the speech text only. Exactly 22,000 characters. The day your discipline becomes stronger than your excuses, people will stop recognizing you. And when they stop recognizing you, they will start fearing you. Not because you became dangerous to them, but because you became dangerous to the weak version of yourself they were comfortable watching. Listen carefully. The world is not afraid of your dreams. The world has heard dreams before. The world is not afraid of your plans. Everyone has plans. The world is not afraid of your words, your promises, your late night motivation, your emotional declarations, your temporary excitement. The world has seen all of that disappear by morning. What frightens people is not what you say you will do. What frightens people is what you repeat when nobody is watching. Discipline is terrifying because it exposes every excuse in the room. A disciplined person does not need to argue. His life becomes an accusation against laziness. His silence becomes pressure. His consistency becomes a mirror. His progress becomes uncomfortable proof that the problem was never time, never luck, never circumstances, never other people. The problem was the weakness that everyone was protecting with beautiful excuses. This is why the moment you become serious, some people will start acting strange. They will call you obsessed. They will say you changed. They will say you are doing too much. They will tell you to relax. They will laugh at your routine. They will laugh at your routine. They will mock your early mornings. They will question your focus. They will say, why are you so serious? But understand what they are really saying. They are not afraid that you are doing too much. They are afraid that your discipline is revealing how little they are doing. A person who has made peace with mediocrity will always feel attacked by someone who is building greatness. Do not explain yourself to them. Build. If your discipline does not disturb the lazy, it is not strong enough yet. If your focus does not make careless people uncomfortable, it is not sharp enough yet. If your standards do not make undisciplined people complain, your standards are probably still too low. You do not need more motivation. Motivation is weak. Motivation comes and goes like weather. One morning you feel powerful. The next morning you feel empty. One night you promise yourself a new life. The next day you return to the same habits. This is why most people remain trapped. They worship feelings, then wonder why their life has no structure. Discipline does not ask how you feel. Discipline asks what you promised. This is the difference between the person who changes and the person who only talks about change. The weak person needs the mood to be right. The disciplined person moves even when the mood is gone. The weak person waits for confidence. The disciplined person builds confidence through action. The weak person says, I will start when I am ready. The disciplined person understands that readiness is often born after the first painful step. Stop waiting to feel ready. You are not tired because you have no energy. You are tired because you negotiate with weakness all day. Every morning you negotiate with the alarm. Every evening you negotiate with distraction. Every time you face discomfort, you hold a meeting with your excuses. Should I train? Should I study? Should I create? Should I pray? Should I work? Should I continue? Should I quit? This negotiation is killing you. A disciplined person does not negotiate with the lower self. He gives orders. When the alarm rings, he rises. When the body complains, he trains. When the mind looks for escape, he returns to the task. When temptation speaks, he listens to the mission. When others sleep on their potential, he sharpens his own. This is why discipline scares them, because discipline creates a person who cannot be controlled by comfort. And comfort is the invisible chain around most people's necks. They are not prisoners because someone locked the door. They are prisoners because the bed is warm, the screen is bright, the food is easy, the excuses are sweet, and the crowd keeps telling them that average is normal, but normal is not freedom. Normal is waking up with regret and calling it life. Normal is promising change and repeating weakness. Normal is being easily distracted, easily offended, easily discouraged, easily bought by pleasure. Normal is having a dream but living as if there is no price for it. If you want a life that is not normal, you must become a person who is not normal. That means your routine cannot be normal. Your thinking cannot be normal. Your standards cannot be normal. Your relationship with pain cannot be normal. Your relationship with time cannot be normal. You must become uncommon. And uncommon people are always misunderstood by common minds. Do not expect applause when you begin. In the beginning, discipline looks boring. It looks lonely. It looks repetitive. It looks foolish to people who only respect results after they appear. They do not respect the invisible work. They do not respect the private sacrifice. They do not respect the mornings you win before the world wakes. They do not respect the nights you choose the task instead of the temptation. But results are not born in public. Results are born in silence. The body is built in silence. The mind is sharpened in silence. The skill is carved in silence. The character is forged in silence. The future is created in silence. If you need everyone to see your effort, your discipline is still immature. Train in the dark. Work in the quiet. Build when nobody claps. Continue when nobody asks how you are doing. Become so faithful to the process that attention becomes unnecessary. The strongest people are not addicted to witnesses. They are addicted to standards. And this is where you must be brutally honest with yourself. Your life is not where it could be because your standards are not as high as your wishes. You wish for strength, but your habits are soft. You wish for respect, but you do not respect your own promises. You wish for success, but you sell your focus cheaply. You wish for peace, but you keep feeding chaos. You wish for confidence, but you keep proving to yourself that your word means nothing. Every broken promise to yourself weakens your spirit. Remember that. When you tell yourself, I will wake early, and you do not, something inside you stops trusting you. When you say, I will stop wasting time, and you return to the same distraction, something inside you becomes smaller. When you say, I will be disciplined, but you fold at the first discomfort, your soul watches. It records everything. Self-respect is not built by thinking highly of yourself. Self-respect is built by doing what you said you would do when the excitement has disappeared. This is why discipline is spiritual. It is not only about the body. It is not only about money. It is not only about work. Discipline is the art of becoming someone your own soul can trust. Can your soul trust you? Do not answer quickly. Look at your mornings. Look at your nights. Look at your phone. Look at your excuses. Look at what you do when no one is there to praise or punish you. That is the real you, not the image, not the words, not the version you post. The real you is the person who appears when there is no audience. If that person is weak, stop decorating him with motivational language, tension him. This is the part most people avoid. They want speeches that make them feel powerful, but they do not want habits that demand power. They want the identity of a warrior with the lifestyle of a distracted child. They want the respect of discipline without the pain of restraint. It will not happen. You cannot cheat the path. The path sees everything. The path sees when you quit early. The path sees when you cut corners. The path sees when you pretend to be working while your mind is scattered. The path sees when you choose pleasure over purpose and then blame life for not rewarding you. Life does not reward intention. Life rewards execution. A seed does not become a tree because it dreams of height. It becomes a tree because it stays rooted, endures darkness, breaks through pressure, and grows every day without applause. Be like that. Root yourself so deeply in discipline that the weather of emotion no longer decides your direction. If you feel motivated, work. If you feel tired, work carefully. If you feel afraid, work through the fear. If you feel ignored, work without needing recognition. If you feel criticized, work without defending yourself. Let the work answer. People who talk too much are often hiding from the work. They explain their goals, explain their struggles, explain their plans, explain why they have not started, explain why the timing is wrong. They speak so much that speech becomes a substitute for action. Stop announcing. Start becoming. When you become disciplined, your life develops a different sound. It becomes quieter outside and louder inside. You stop asking for advice from people who have never controlled themselves. You stop sharing your dreams with people who only understand entertainment. You stop begging for support from people who are secretly comforted by your weakness. You move differently. You eat differently. You sleep differently. You speak differently. You spend differently. You train differently. You choose friends differently. You protect your time differently. This difference will offend people. Let it. If your growth does not offend your old environment, maybe you have not grown enough yet. A new life always threatens old arrangements. When you become disciplined, you become unavailable for nonsense. You no longer laugh at the same distractions. You no longer entertain the same conversations. You no longer waste hours proving your point to people who will still wake up tomorrow unchanged. Your absence becomes noticeable. At first, they will mock you. Then they will question you. Then they will secretly watch you. Then they will ask how you did it. But by then, you will not be the same person they mocked. This is the quiet revenge of discipline. Not hatred, not proving, not begging them to see. Just becoming so consistent that their doubt begins to look foolish. Do not seek revenge. Become undeniable. Revenge keeps you tied to the people who underestimated you. Discipline cuts the rope. Revenge says, I want them to suffer. Discipline says, I want to rise so high that their opinion becomes irrelevant. Revenge is noisy. Discipline is silent. Revenge burns outward. Discipline burns inward and becomes light. Choose discipline, but understand what discipline really is. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is protection. It protects your future from your impulses. It protects your purpose from your laziness. It protects your peace from your emotions. It protects your body from your cravings. It protects your mind from the pollution of distraction. Discipline is self-love with a spine. Without discipline, self-love becomes indulgence. People say they love themselves while destroying themselves softly. They love themselves into weakness. They love themselves into excuses. They love themselves into comfort that steals their future. Real self-love is not always gentle. Sometimes it is the hard voice that says, get up, stop lying, stop delaying, stop choosing what weakens you. The lower self will call this cruelty. The higher self will call it rescue. You must decide which self you will obey. Inside you, there are two beings. One wants comfort now. One wants freedom later. One wants to sleep longer. One wants to become stronger. One wants cheap pleasure. One wants deep peace. One wants to be liked. One wants to be respected. One wants to escape pain. One knows pain is the doorway. Every choice feeds one of them. Do not pretend small choices are small. The extra hour wasted is not small. The skip training is not small. The broken promise is not small. The mindless scrolling is not small. The unhealthy pattern repeated again is not small. These things are votes. Every action votes for the person you are becoming. Who are you voting for? A person does not suddenly become weak. He trains weakness through repetition. He delays repeatedly. He complains repeatedly. He quits repeatedly. He chooses comfort repeatedly. Then one day he looks in the mirror and wonders why he has no power. Power was not stolen. It was surrendered one small choice at a time. But the opposite is also true. Strength is built one small choice at a time. Wake up once when you do not want to. Finish one task when the mind wants escape. Say no once when temptation smiles. Train once when the body complains. Keep one promise when nobody would know if you broke it. Do this again and again and again. Then something terrifying happens. You begin to believe yourself. This is the moment everything changes. When you believe yourself, you become dangerous to every excuse that used to control you. You no longer need perfect conditions. You no longer need applause. You no longer need emotional fuel. You no longer need someone to push you. Your own word becomes enough. A person whose word is enough is powerful. Most people are not defeated by the world. They are defeated by their inability to command themselves. They know what to do. They simply do not do it. They know what to stop. They simply return to it. They know where the path is. They simply keep choosing the comfortable road. Knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. If knowing was enough, everyone would be transformed. Everyone knows they should be disciplined. Everyone knows they should protect their time. Everyone knows they should stop wasting energy. Everyone knows they should train the body and sharpen the mind. But knowing without action is just decoration for the ego. Do not decorate weakness with knowledge. Live the teaching. When you become disciplined, you must also become selective. You cannot carry everyone into your new life. Some people are not evil. They are just heavy. Their habits are heavy. Their conversations are heavy. Their complaints are heavy. Their lack of direction is heavy. Their comfort with wasting time is heavy. If you keep sitting with people who worship distraction, do not be surprised when your focus becomes weak. Environment is invisible food. What you listen to feeds you. Who you spend time with feeds you. What you watch feeds you. The conversations you entertain feed you. The rooms you enter feed you. If your mind is fed with noise all day, do not expect it to produce clarity at night. Guard your inputs. A disciplined person does not only control what he does, he controls what he allows near him. He knows that one careless conversation can poison focus. One toxic relationship can drain ambition. One comfortable group can normalize failure. One habit can silently destroy years of potential. So he becomes difficult to access. Not arrogant, clear. He does not give everyone his time. He does not give every emotion his attention. He does not give every invitation his presence. He does not give every desire his body. He does not give every thought a home. This is discipline. Discipline is the ability to choose what serves the mission and reject what only serves the mood. Your mood is not your master, your mission is. If you have no mission, everything will distract you. If you do not know where you are going, every pleasure becomes convincing. Every person becomes influential. Every obstacle becomes a reason to stop. Direction gives discipline a place to stand. So ask yourself, what are you building? Do not give a soft answer. Do not say, I want to be better. Better is too vague. Better does not wake you up when the bed is warm. Better does not stop your hand from reaching for distraction. Better does not give you a reason strong enough to endure discomfort. You need a mission with teeth. You need a reason that can bite through laziness. A reason that can stand against temptation. A reason that makes excuses sound pathetic. A reason that reaches into your chest when you want to quit and says, no, continue. Without a strong reason, discipline becomes torture. With a strong reason, discipline becomes devotion. That is the difference. The outsider sees sacrifice. The disciplined person feels devotion. The outsider sees early mornings. The disciplined person sees respect for the future. The outsider sees saying no. The disciplined person sees protection. The outsider sees repetition. The disciplined person sees mastery. Mastery is boring to people addicted to novelty. They want new tricks, new methods, new secrets, new motivation. But the secret is usually old and simple. Do the necessary thing again and again with increasing attention. That is the secret. Wake up, practice, train, study, build, reflect, correct, repeat. People hate this because it removes the fantasy. They want transformation to feel magical. They want a hidden shortcut. They want a method that avoids pain. But pain is part of the shaping. Fire does not ask metal whether it is comfortable. The hammer does not ask the blade whether it feels ready. Pressure creates the edge. You want to become sharp without being struck. Impossible. Every disciplined person has made a private agreement with discomfort. He no longer sees discomfort as a signal to stop. He sees it as a signal that the old self is being challenged. When the body says, this is hard, he says, good. When the mind says, this is boring, he says, stay. When temptation says, just once, he says, that is how chains begin. This is how you become frightening, not by being aggressive, not by being loud, but by becoming impossible to seduce away from your path. When pleasure cannot easily buy you, you become powerful. When criticism cannot easily break you, you become powerful. When praise cannot easily distract you, you become powerful. When loneliness cannot easily weaken you, you become powerful. When discomfort cannot easily stop you, you become powerful. Most people are easy to buy. Buy them with comfort, buy them with attention, buy them with food, buy them with food, buy them with praise, buy them with approval, buy them with entertainment, buy them with lust, buy them with a little convenience. Do not be cheap, roll your price. Your future is worth more than temporary pleasure. Your peace is worth more than useless company. Your body is worth more than uncontrolled cravings. Your focus is worth more than endless scrolling. Your self-respect is worth more than fitting in with people who are going nowhere. If this sounds harsh, good, soft truths create soft lives. You need a truth strong enough to cut, because the enemy is not only outside you. The most dangerous enemy is the part of you that can justify everything. It can justify sleeping late. It can justify skipping the work. It can justify one more delay. It can justify anger. It can justify jealousy. It can justify laziness. It can even justify failure by calling it self-care. Be careful. The lower self is intelligent. It knows your language. It knows how to sound reasonable. It knows how to turn weakness into a story you can accept. This is why you need rules, clear rules, non-negotiable rules. Not because you are a machine, but because you are human, and humans are skilled at lying to themselves when desire is strong. Make rules before temptation arrives. When temptation arrives, it is already late to negotiate. A disciplined person decides in advance. He decides what time he wakes, he decides what he eats, he decides when he trains, he decides what he will not watch, he decides who does not get access, he decides what work must be completed, he decides what kind of person he will be before emotion tries to vote. This is maturity. Immaturity makes decisions in the heat of desire. Maturity makes decisions from the clarity of purpose. Build your rules from clarity, then follow them when clarity disappears. Some days you will not feel inspired. Continue. Some days your progress will feel invisible. Continue. Some days people will mock your seriousness. Continue. Some days the old life will look attractive. Continue. Some days you will be tired of being the only one trying. Continue. Continuation is where ordinary people quit. They can start. Starting is easy. New beginnings feel exciting. New routine